He chose to go and help someone, an act of kindness that saw him gunned down by the Train brothers. Alan's heartbroken wife, Kerry, wants everyone to know the man she loved. And she spoke to Pippa Bradshaw.
He said I made him feel like he wanted to be a better person.
Today should be Kerry and Alan Dare's wedding anniversary.
26 really good years. Really good. He was a great man.
A devoted husband, father, and much loved Poppy to 6 grandchildren, and another on the way.
I loved him. He taught me everything. Taught me to drive. Taught me to ride my bike. Taught me to drive. Did all my first things with me.
Great Poppy. He was Poppy.
Yeah.
That's just Poppy L. That's what we called him. To me, he was babe.
Now Kerry's trying to figure out how she lives without the love of her life.
I don't even think I've thought about it yet.
It was Monday evening when Kerry and Alan were at home on their property in Wyambilla near Chinchilla and heard gunshots.
But it just felt like they went forever. And it was gunshots, it was, and then not unusual around here, no.
But when smoke soon followed, the pair became worried.
After the gunshots, there was a lot of black smoke and explosions, and we presumed that there was a house on fire and that it was close.
Al decided to meet up with another neighbour and go and investigate. Driving out the driveway, it would be the last time Kerry would see him alive.
I was on the phone to 000 and they told me that there was an incident that they had a job on. She told me to tell him not to go, and I didn't.
He'd already left?
If I had have run down the driveway and tried to stop him, maybe.
Kerry wasn't told just how deadly the danger was until her neighbour returned without Al.
And then the neighbour come back and gave me Al's phone and said Al's in a bad way, and he left. I thought maybe, you know, broken leg, broken hip, you know, even a broken back. I mean, I just didn't think death.
The neighbour then returned again and told Kerry police wanted them to leave. Kerry assumed she'd then be reunited with her husband. But it was at the police roadblock she was told 2 police had been killed and Al had been shot on the road outside the Train brothers' property, collapsed and had died.
I screamed at people with guns. I walked to people with guns held to their chest and big vests on and asked them what they were doing to get Al out, and they just looked at me blankly and kept walking.
Kerry says they didn't know the deadly Train trio except for seeing them now and again driving along the road. As the siege stretched into hours, Kerry says she couldn't get any answers on when they would get Al out.
That's all I wanted to know, where he was and whether he was covered. It was getting dark, it was going to rain, it was storming.
As specialist police moved in to rescue the 2 surviving police and retrieve the slain officers, Alan was left on the road.
And they knew he was there and they left him there for 13 hours.
Yeah.
If he was shot at 5 o'clock, they left him there. I didn't see him till 6
6.
o'clock the next morning. He chose to go and help someone, and you're letting him die on the road.
Kerry claims police even used Alan's car to retrieve one of the surviving officers.
But they thought he was expendable because he was just a blocky. Someone who was hiding away and no one cared about.
Yesterday, police finally removed Alan from the scene, forming a guard of honour as he left. Kerry watching on as Alan left Wayne's Road for the last time.
It doesn't matter what I'm going through, it's what he went through. And he wouldn't have cared. If he laid there dying on the road, he wouldn't have been thinking, he wouldn't have been scared, I don't think, and he would have probably just been looking at the sky and enjoying the view.
A comforting thought for Kerry. Alan enjoying the view of the place he so loved, a quiet life in the bush.
He could have rung me and said goodbye, but it wouldn't have mattered. I don't feel like I've been cheated at all.
How do you step into this next season without him?
Got to be brave. And he died out the front, so I've got to stay. I just don't know how. He just did so much.
For the man who loved his Fords and loved his family, Kerry wants everyone to know her hero was one of the best.
It was a great love story, yours, wasn't it?
It was meant to be, so this
wasn't meant to be.
Everybody knows now how beautiful I thought he was. Everybody knows how beautiful he was, and that's what I want.
It's heartbreaking, and Pippa Bradshaw joins me from Chinchilla now. Pippa, the police, they're still grieving, but they're also still working. They're on the investigation.
Layla, that's right. Today they conducted a walkthrough, so that means they were back out at the scene walking through with some of the officers that were involved, trying to piece together how this tragedy unfolded, how it ended up with 6 people dead. Now, as for the surviving officers, they're doing considerably well given the trauma they went through just 48 hours ago. Today, Randall Kirk, he released a statement and this photo with his pregnant wife at the Toowoomba Base Hospital where he's been undergoing treatment. He received a gunshot wound to the leg and shrapnel injuries. He underwent surgery, but today he was discharged from hospital. The other surviving officer, Keely Bruff, she's also been discharged from hospital and is recovering at home. Here in Chinchilla, the memorial at the police station has grown again once throughout the day, and everyone's just the outpouring of love and support from right across Chinchilla, the Western Downs, and really right across Australia for these officers. Layla?
Thank you, Pippa.